Now, I've actually used some of the type of cards we're talking about today, and I had to learn this stuff the expensive way. Nobody taught me credit. So today, I'm breaking down 5 credit cards I'd avoid in 2026, the exact fees and traps that make them expensive, and what you should look for instead. Because if you can learn through my mistakes instead of paying for the same lessons yourself, you can put yourself in a much better financial position. Now, I want to make something clear. A credit card isn't bad because the card is made of cheap plastic. It's bad when the economics are bad for you. If a card charges you $100 or $200, sometimes more, every year just for the privilege of borrowing money at a 30+% interest, that card has to prove why it deserves to be in your wallet, not the other way around. And when I was younger, I didn't understand that. I thought getting approved meant I was winning. It doesn't. Approval is not the goal. Good terms are the goal. So for every card, we're looking at 3 things. What does it cost? What do you actually get? And is there a cheaper way to accomplish the exact same goal? Let's start with number 5. Credit One Platinum Visa for rebuilding credit. Credit One markets this card specifically toward people rebuilding credit, and that's exactly why I want you paying attention. The current Platinum Visa for rebuilding credit has a $75 annual fee in year 1, then $90 per year after that, billed at $825 per month. The current variable APR is 29.74%. Now, you do get 1% cash back, but only on eligible purchases like gas, groceries, your phone bill, internet cable, and satellite TV. But here's the math most people don't do. At a 1% cash back, you'd need $9,900 of eligible spending just to earn $100 back. That means your rewards may simply be paying back the annual fee you already paid. That's not a reward, that's a refund with extra steps. And if you're carrying a balance at almost 30% APR, forget the rewards. Interest can erase those rewards incredibly fast. Now here's the lesson for this card. When you're rebuilding credit, do not automatically assume paying an annual fee is required. Capital One currently offers its Platinum card for fair credit with a $0 annual fee. And its Platinum secured card for rebuilding credit also has a $0 annual fee with a refundable deposit based on the offer. So compare before you commit. You're not looking for a company willing to approve you. You're looking for the cheapest tool that accomplishes the job. Number 4, Indigo Mastercard. Now we get worse. A current Indigo Mastercard offers a 35.9% purchase APR. Annual fee, $75 the first year, $99 after that. And on the current $300 limit offer I found, Indigo literally discloses that after the initial fee, your available credit starts at roughly $225. Think about that for a second. You get approved for $300. Before you've bought groceries, before you've bought gas, before you've bought anything, roughly 25% of that limit is already spoken for by the annual fee. That's the problem. People with damaged credit often need more margin for error. Cards like this can give you less, and then you're sitting on a 35.9% APR if you carry the balance. Now, the lesson with this card, never just ask, what's my credit limit? Ask, how much usable credit do I actually have after every fee? Those are 2 different numbers. And if you are rebuilding, I'd rather see you evaluate a secured card where the deposit is refundable rather than automatically hand over money through non-refundable annual fees. Discover Secured Card, for example, currently advertises no annual fee, a refundable deposit starting at $200, and automatic monthly reviews beginning after 7 months to determine whether you qualify to graduate and get that deposit back. Same goal, just different economics. Number 3. Premier Bankcard Mastercard. This is where the fee stack starts getting ridiculous. Premier's own current comparison page says its unsecured card can come with an initial credit limit of up to $700. Then if you look underneath, depending on the offer, a $55 to $95 program fee, a $50 to $125 annual fee, potential monthly fees up to $10.40, and a 36% APR. Read that again. Program fee, annual fee, potential monthly fee. Then on top of all those fees, a 36% interest rate if you carry debt. This is why only looking at monthly payments gets people destroyed. One fee doesn't look catastrophic. $10 doesn't look catastrophic. $50 doesn't look catastrophic. But stack enough small leaks and eventually the boat sinks. Here's a quick tip. Before applying for any credit card, go straight to the rates and fees, not the headline, not your pre-qualified, not the shiny Mastercard logo. The terms, because approval feels good for 5 minutes, bad terms can cost you for years. Number 2. Fit Platinum Mastercard. This one is almost a perfect example of why you have to read past the marketing. The Fit Platinum Mastercard is marketed toward people with less than perfect credit. Mastercard's current listing shows a $400 initial credit limit. The APR is 35.90%. Annual fee, $99 in the first year, then $125 after. And if you're approved, the listing says you must pay a $95 fee to open the account. So do the math. $95 to open it, $99 annual fee. That's almost $200 in the first year of fees alone. So let's do the math. $95 to open it, $99 annual fee. That's $194 in first year fees before we're even talking about interest or late fees. And remember, this is for a card advertising a $400 initial limit. That's why I keep repeating this, and you should repeat it as well. Credit building is supposed to improve your financial position. If the product you use to build credit is draining cash you desperately need to ask whether there's a better tool. A high approval probability doesn't automatically make something a good product, it just makes it easier to buy. Number 1. Destiny Mastercard. And number 1 is the one that made me stop and reread the terms. Destiny has multiple offers, so your exact pricing can vary. But one current Destiny Mastercard offer I found has a 35.9% APR and a $700 initial credit limit and a $175 annual fee in year 1. Their own disclosure says your starting available credit would be about $525. That's 25% of the original $700 limit gone before normal spending. But here's the part that gets crazier. On that same offer, after the first year, the annual fee becomes $49 and a $12.50 monthly fee begins. So that's another $150 per year in monthly fees, plus the $49 annual fee. So the lesson isn't simply Destiny's bad. The bigger lesson is this: stop shopping for approval. Shop for economics. When you have damaged credit, the emotional pitch is, finally, somebody said yes. But the financially smart question is, what am I paying for that yes? Those are completely different questions. If you're young, rebuilding credit, or nobody ever sat you down and explained this stuff to you, memorize this. You don't need 10 cards. You don't need a luxury looking card. You do not need to carry debt to prove you can handle debt. You need a boring system. Get the lowest fee card you can reasonably qualify for, put a small predictable expense on it, keep enough money in your checking account to cover it, turn on auto pay for the full statement balance, and don't spend money because your credit limit says you can. A $5,000 limit doesn't mean you have $5,000. It means somebody is willing to lend you $5,000. Those are not the same thing. The goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become financially harder to hurt. And before you leave, here are 5 more cards I would look at very carefully before applying for. Milestone Mastercard. Current terms on one Milestone offer show a 35.9% APR and $75 first year annual fee and $99 after. Again, expensive money to borrow. Also, the Reflex Platinum Mastercard. Mastercard currently lists the Reflex at 35.90% interest rate with an annual fee ranging from $75 to $125 depending on the offer. Read the terms before celebrating the approval. Fortiva Cashback Rewards Mastercard. Current listing shows some Fortiva offers reaching a 36% APR with first year annual fees ranging from $85 to $175 and costs that can reach $230 thereafter. Depending on the offer, of course. and cashback doesn't automatically rescue bad economics. American Express Platinum. Different card. This isn't a bad card, it's bad for the wrong person. The annual fee is now $895. It can deliver serious value if you travel and naturally use the benefits. But if you're forcing yourself to spend money just to use the credits, the card owns you instead of you owning the card. And lastly, the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Same rule, great benefits, huge price. The current annual fee is $795 plus $195 for each authorized user. Number 5, Chase Sapphire Reserve. Same rule, great benefits, huge price. The current annual fee is $795 plus $195 for each authorized user. If your normal spending and travel habits don't clearly beat that fee, don't buy status, buy value. Here's what I wish somebody told me when I first started dealing with credit. The best credit isn't the one with the coolest name. It's the one whose math works for your life. I made some mistakes because I didn't have somebody teaching me this stuff. So use my mistakes that I've already paid for so you don't have to pay for them again. And if you're looking at a credit card right now, before you apply, check 4 things: annual fee, monthly fees, APR, and what you actually receive in exchange. Anyways, guys, that will do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If so, please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video next.